And welcome everybody to a very late, very special,
very weird
Digital Hoarders. This is Digital Hoarders After Hours.
Digital Hoarders 2/3. This is
Yeah, we're missing Doc Cupcake. He is in California where it is 5 million degrees today, I think, was the actual reported temperature. I'm no meteorologist.
4.5 million. But I mean, you do like to exaggerate, so.
Hopefully this is all working.
Yeah.
So we're down Doc because he did lose power, and we have power. Near.
Yes. So we are hoping this is coming through good. This will be a very abbreviated, very quick episode of Digital Hoarders, but we wanted to at least put something out there for you guys.
Yeah, so. And those of you who tuned in for the mid-console generation discussion, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is we're still here. The bad news is
it's not.
Maybe we'll talk about something else you'll like.
Hopefully.
Because Doc is kind of, he's the Xbox guru, and he's here to talk about the Xbox One X.
Yes.
And we don't have him here to talk about it. So
no,
we just spend an hour talking about the PlayStation Pro, and I just say I don't really care that much, and Brandon would tell me all the merits and technical details that make it amazing.
That was a show.
I don't know if you can tell by the hat and the shirt.
Amazing Mac shirt.
Meanwhile, I'm wearing a WWE shirt. I do not work for WWE.
Why not? Get your life together.
Yeah, I know. I wish my last name was McMahon. Maybe that would help.
That could help. I think that's all it takes, really.
Yeah.
Once you have that last name, boom, you're in
what
the
if
family
I just made it up, and I was just like, I am Alden McMahon.
I don't know how much fact checking goes into it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
And you're in. Here's some money.
So we're happy that you're all here with us. Those of you that made it an hour late.
We apologize.
We do apologize greatly. Let us know in the chat if you're
here.
Hear us. And because hopefully everything's coming through all right. I think what we do want to talk, we'll talk about the latest video game news. We'll talk about all of our technical difficulties. And we'll talk about what we're looking forward to, what's coming out. I mean, we've got a huge week this week.
Yeah.
And we're having all the issues that we're having.
Of course.
I mean, Wolfenstein 2, Mario Odyssey. Is this Assassin's
Creed Origins is Friday. Yeah.
What?
It's a crazy week. Good, they can hear us. What's up?
All right.
We were scrambling at the 5th hour. That's the saying. Yeah. 25th hour to get a guest in here. So hey, if anybody wants to jump in last minute, hit us up.
Yeah.
Jump in here and talk with us. Oh damn, Alex is watching on his phone in the car. It's 100 degrees.
Alex, it's not 100 degrees. It's 4.5 million degrees.
God,
it's crazy.
He lives there. You think he would know it,
right?
Ugh.
October 25th, and it's 100 degrees. The world is a nightmare.
No, it's no. Global warming is not real.
Oh
no, it's fake news. Goodness gracious. But yeah, this is a crazy, crazy week for video games. That being said, I'm not getting any of those. Or you're getting Wolfenstein.
I'm getting Wolfenstein too. I had really kind of decided I wasn't too pressed on getting it until I could get it on sale, but I had Best Buy reward certificates and the Gamers Club discount.
So you're like, why not?
I went for it. I think I got it for $30.
Yeah, I would like. So I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed guy. A couple years ago, I decided to dive. I was gonna dive into the series and see what I've been missing. And they're fun, but they don't click with me. I jumped into Black Flag because I've always heard
you started at Black Flag.
So I had played Assassin's Creed 1, some of it before, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the weird, like you're thrown into that white room and then they do not explain what's going on. I remember sitting there like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And just kind of walking around and couldn't find anything. Then I got into the game and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Just didn't click with me. So like 2 years ago when I was like, let me do this again, I said, I'll start with the first one on PS4.
Yeah.
And I'll go from there. So it was Black Flag. And that's, apparently one of the best ones. People really, really like that game. And again, I was totally having fun with it, but it just never got its hooks in me. I do think Origins looks really cool. Yeah. I think it looks really cool, but It's a $20 flash sale purchase for me,
Yeah.
probably, personally.
Man, what's the one that they had? A Syndicate. I want to try Syndicate. I hear that one's really cool. That kind of like London steampunky vibe.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that one's good. So yeah, well, so you didn't play Syndicate?
No, I haven't.
What's the last Assassin's Creed you played?
I played Assassin's Creed 1, and
okay.
it didn't catch me, so I didn't go back. And now it's kind of like there's so much to play. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope my mic is coming through okay. Somebody in the chat let me know. I'm hearing that my mic isn't coming through great.
Which would just go in line with the entire day.
Welcome to Wednesday.
Welcome to Good God, What Could Possibly Go Wrong Next? We recorded, Alden and I have another podcast called #DadPod, which plug. If you're not a fan, if you're not following or listening, please check us out. It's a lot of fun. But anywho, we just recorded that episode before this. Couldn't have had more issues going into that. I mean, it was the laptop we were recording on stopped working, all kinds of shit. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. But anyway, so you haven't played Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 1.
No, and I bought Black Flag in a flash sale. Because I have heard that that's fun and it's a good time. But I just haven't gotten to it. One day I'll put it on my backlog list and we'll make me play it. But I do want to play Syndicate. Once Syndicate drops down cheap enough. I mean, I think in a sale a couple weeks ago it was $20. I'm not willing to pay $20 for it. I've heard from so many people that the first one is not a great game.
You should start with 2 and yeah.
But that hurts me. Like I don't like to start with 2. I want to start with the first one and know what's going on in the game.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't even with movies and stuff like that, like I don't like watching or playing something else when I know that there was something that led into that, even if it's not that important and if it really doesn't have any bearing on the ultimate outcome.
Yeah,
it's just something I like. It's the completionist in me. I guess I like to know that I have every possible piece of information going in. So yeah, I mean, Origins is something I will check out eventually, but I'm in really no rush. And to be honest with you, I say that, but I'd probably want to play them all. And you don't need to. I know they have all their different branching storylines and stories,
different characters.
Yeah. So
see, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
And that's why it keeps me from it's just too much. And I like how they took time off. Like they realized that this is getting to be stale with gamers.
Yeah.
We're gonna back off a bit. And I really hope that they were just gonna retool it completely. And it doesn't seem like they did.
And then they took the year off and they did the movie, which apparently wasn't particularly good. I've heard some people liked it. I guess diehard fans of the series liked it. The guys in the chat, did any of you guys see the movie? Let us know. But and I think they really thought that movie was going to take off and that could breathe some new life into it, and it didn't. And which seems to be plaguing. I like Michael Fassbender, but that movie apparently was no good. And his new movie, The Snowman, which I think looks awesome, is one of the most poorly reviewed movies of the year. So he's really hit a bad streak here. I mean, he's really good in the X-Men movies. He's great as young Magneto, but he's really hit a bad stretch here. But now Wolfenstein 2, I still need to be. Still need to beat the first one in Old Blood or New Blood, excuse me.
Right, and that's the thing too. I really loved the trailer for Wolfenstein 2. It looks amazing. It looks like a badass, bloody, Inglourious Bastards, which I'm 100% down for. Yeah, but I wouldn't have just played it if I didn't play the first one.
Yeah.
The barrier of entry is not so insurmountable the way Assassin's Creed is.
True. You're talking one
game.
I mean, PJ Blazkowicz has been around for a while, but this telling of his story is 1.5 games.
Right, and that's what Assassin's Creed could do. They could make it this separate entity each time. If they want to make it a different character, make it a whole different story. Yeah,
but they go on their rants where it's 2 or 3 games follow Connor, and then they bounce around like that, and it makes it hard to just pick up the newest game, at least for me and for you, to pick up that game knowing that I don't know his whole story. I don't understand why he's. I'm not a fan of ever doing that with games. A lot of people picked up Dishonored 2 and played it before playing Dishonored 1, and I don't understand how you do that. Like
First
it
off,
immediately picks up right
First
after.
off, it comes with a copy of
Yeah,
Dishonored
this is
1.
true. This is true.
Jerks, if you ignored that,
This is
just
true.
play the first one.
Oh, it's so good.
Um,
But speaking of that, another game that I have been playing that came with a copy of the first one. Alden and I have been nonstop playing. He's already platinumed.
yeah.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Butthole.
Game is so good. I'm a little confused by like the kind of the overarching sentiment to that game is it's good, but not as good as the first one. I don't get that.
I think it's better. I think it's better by far. And we talked last week about I was worried about what kind of humor they were going to have.
Yeah.
What they were going to do to ramp up and top themselves.
Yeah.
And I love that it doesn't seem it doesn't really do that. I mean, it's South Park. There's risque spots and
of course,
whatever, but there's nothing as out there. I'm not going to spoil anything for the first one. You still need to play it.
Yes,
but
yes.
There's nothing like what happens in the clinic. There's nothing like, it's more subtle and actually funny. There were times where they made a joke that just kind of caught me off guard and just made me, giggle, as opposed to what?
Yeah,
I like that.
They have some lines that even I've been just wow.
Yeah.
If you go to that clinic and talk to the people sitting in the waiting room, I'm sure you did. Oh, yeah. South Park. But I'm loving it. I haven't platinumed it yet. So if you're looking to platinum, if you are somebody who likes to platinum games, who's a trophy hunter, like Alden is more so than I am. This one's not a hard platinum by any stretch of the imagination. No. The first one was. If you missed one, teeny tiny thing, or you missed this one thing, you couldn't go back to that area, thus effectively locking out the platinum, and nothing carried over. There was no new game plus. So even if there kind of was, but once you were locked out of that area, you couldn't go back to it.
Right.
So there was no just, I beat the game, let me go back and collect that thing. That wasn't an option. So for me, I was going to have to play the game all over again. The first one to platinum it, and I wasn't willing to do that. The second one, if you're looking to platinum the game, you just have to put the game on the absolute hardest difficulty, the mastermind difficulty for combat. And as we talked about in the last episode, your skin color has to be the darkest possible, because they tell you that is the hardest game, which you said affects what exactly?
I think I read, and I read this on the internet, so it has to be true. If you are a black character, you make less money throughout the game.
Okay.
I believe it, because after the game was over, for me to go back and do all the side quests, I changed it to a white character so it would be easier. And so you can do the final secret boss fight. You have to be white. But I definitely, over the course of that 2 or 3 hours that I was doing the cleanup stuff to get the platinum, I made more money in that 3 hours than I made the whole game as a black character.
But if you want to platinum the game, just do those two things and then play it. Once you beat it, you're going to still have to do side missions and blah, 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 blah. But once you 100% that game, there is no missable trophies outside of not doing that difficulty. So if you were to play that game, and you have to start from the media, you can't switch the character. If you switch it at any point, you've lost everything. You will lose that trophy. So that's really the only quote missable trophy.
And it doesn't ask you, and it's a little confusing too. It doesn't ask you what difficulty you want to play as until you're like an hour into the game.
Until you fight the 6th graders for the first time.
Your first 6th
because you fight a ton of trial fights.
Yeah.
And then down the road, they will eventually ask you, all right, set your combat difficulty. And that's where you pick
normal, or mastermind, and you have to pick mastermind.
And the game, it'll test your patience. It's pissed me off. I had the fight last night with that security guard that I was telling you about. It was one of those fights where like you take on one guy, then he calls in 3 more, then he calls in 2 more.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on. And what I ended up doing is my one guy, you cross classes in the game. You can pick different classes for your superhero to be. And one of mine is a oh my god, I can't think of the word. Like Professor X.
Psychic.
Yes, thank you. Couldn't think of the word. I have his powers, and his special is he rises in the air and he heals your whole team.
Yeah,
and that helps, because as much as you want to use the specials to inflict damage on the boss fight or whoever you might be fighting, it is more important, in my opinion, to heal everybody else, because if you have 4 or 5 of your guys healthy, you're gonna stick in the game a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But then those kind of fights are the ones where they throw in more people, or like in the Stick of Truth when you fought Kenny at the end, you had to fight him 4 times.
Spoiler.
Oh, whatever. Sorry, sorry. That's not, when you fight Kenny in the game, you have to fight him 4 times. So every time you're like, I'm done, he comes back. So yeah.
I will say there were 3 or 4 spots in Fractured Butthole where I thought, oh, this is the last fight, and it super wasn't.
All right. How much time do you think you clocked total?
I don't know, 20 hours.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
It's not that bad. For platinum, like full platinum, maybe 20, 22 hours. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's so fun. It's such a fun game. And I talked about it last week about what I was excited about the game, and that it is Fire Emblem Light. It is strategy RPG, which Brandon isn't accustomed to. So for me, it was a bit easier, I think. But there were definitely some fights that gave me a lot of trouble, but nowhere near the level of some of the Fire Emblem fights.
I'm sure,
and all that stuff. I mean, the third fight in Fire Emblem is harder than any of the fights in South Park.
Well, there's a fight in South Park, and it's not going to spoil anything, the Bravlovsky fight, which kept just kicking my ass because at one point, once you start fighting her, she takes over your turn. She keeps taking over your turn. So when you see the lineup of who's supposed to be next, it's her 6 times in a row.
Yeah.
But what I learned was, and tip to whoever plays it, her one of her moves is 1 block. So stay far away from her, and she will use up all of her spaces just trying to get to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up doing. I kept everybody on the farthest way. So she would walk 6 places, and then I could hit her where my guy stood from the farthest, and that's how I had to beat her. You can't get up close to her because she'll fucking destroy you. So yeah, I'm starting to figure out that kind of. I'm not a big RPG guy,
right?
As I've said before, I was never a turn-based RPG guy, really. And but I really liked Stick of Truth and Costume Quest. Like those are the 2 turn-based RPG games that I really like. So when I went into this one, I knew that the combat was different, but I didn't know they had overhauled it to this extent. So if you get Stick of Truth for free inside of it, and you play it first and immediately go in, there's a learning curve because you've been playing it that one way, and the combat's completely reworked.
And I love the humor in the game. There's a few spots in the game where they reference the fact that the battle type has changed, and it's just like, well, that shit was boring. We didn't want to do that anymore. We wanted to change it, make something different.
The car, like you'll be your kids, so they'll be fighting in the middle of the street, and they'll randomly be like, car, and they all have to walk off, and every time the car drive by, he'll say something to the one I loved is the car drove by, and he's like, get out of the street, you damn kids, and he's like, fuck you, this is the Civil War. And it's just like, it's great. The humor's great. The bus stop I was telling you about, if you go down to the bus stop, they will continuously refer to the delays of the game. Like the one guy goes, man, I feel like I've been waiting for this bus for 3 years now. And then another one, I've heard him, I walked by him and he goes, I swear this bus was supposed to come in December. So like they constantly reference their own delays, which I love. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it was so well written. Like it's just I would imagine the South Park guys really wrote the whole game, but if they worked with anybody, it feels like South Park. It's fantastic. And I love it. It's like playing a really, really, really long episode of South Park. It's definitely longer than Stick of Truth. But it's what an amazing year of video games we've had.
Dude,
because
started off
any other year, I might think like this show is. I mean, this game is game of the year.
Yeah.
And right now, it's not even like top 3.
What would your 3 be this year?
Are we doing this right now?
Yeah. Just I mean, we're only in October, so. I have my 3.
I mean, number 1 is my number 1 all time now. So
yep.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I think our 3 might be the same 3.
I don't think so. There's definitely 1.
2. All right, 2 of our 3 I think will be the same. Possibly. Or none. Or 1. Horizon is mine, yes.
See, here's the problem. Like, my first 2 are easy. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata.
Okay, so I need to play that. I need to play that.
Unbelievable experience.
Okay.
I'll never forget.
Okay.
I loved that game so much. It's really anime and Japanese weird heavy, but it's a really amazing game.
Okay. What's your 3rd?
My 3rd, I guess it's hard now.
Not for me. You know what 2 of mine are.
I assume, well, what's your 3rd? What's your second?
Well, it's Horizon Zero Dawn is number 1. Friday the 13th is number 2, because as I've said ad nauseum on this show, there's not a game that I don't play online games, and for
Yeah.
the game to hook me like that, and I guess it's weird to say this because it's technically a mode of the game. Same thing though for Battle Royale, for Fortnite Battle Royale, I can easily put that as my third because that game hooked me. I love it. I haven't played in a couple days and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
And they're adding all this cool shit. But again, for that game to hook me in that way says something. Like, and I'm loving South Park, and I played the hell out of Madden, and I love the show, and I've played a lot of good games this year, a lot, and I have a lot that I haven't played. But those three, if the year ended right now, and to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to change because I know I'm not going to play as much as I want to play. Really want to play Evil Within 2, and I really do want to play Wolfenstein 2. I'm not going to get to them right this second.
Yeah.
So I don't know that changes for me unless some sleeper hit comes out of nowhere.
Mummy Demastered, baby.
I'm excited for that. I did download Slay Away Camp last night.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah.
It's on sale for like $13 right now.
Yeah. I've got too much.
I think that looks awesome. So I don't think it's going to creep into Game of the Year for me at all. But I think it looks really fun. But what is battling it out for your third spot?
My third spot. My third spot is definitely a battle between 3 online games, and it is Friday the 13th, or Fortnite Battle Royale, or PUBG.
Yep.
And I can't rightfully pick one of those over the other. I've had so much fun playing all of those games.
Yeah.
And if PUBG comes out and it's fantastic on consoles, it's gonna ramp up that vote a little bit, I guess. But Fortnite right now, I think edges out PUBG for me, which is crazy because when they first announced Fortnite and I first played it, and there were a lot of, not issues, but there were a few things about it that weren't as good as PUBG. They've corrected most of that. Okay. And a few of the things that they haven't corrected, I like the things that Fortnite does differently.
I think where they're smart was making it free. I think that was so incredibly smart because PUBG is a massive hit, obviously, but currently it's just a PC game, and the PC, market is gigantic, and by the year's end, it'll be an Xbox One game.
Yeah,
but Fortnite's on everything, and Fortnite is free, and I feel like that was a very smart move on their part. And PUBG is not going to go free to play. I can't. I mean, they're making way too much money to do that. But I think it was incredibly smart for Fortnite to make that mode. And there was and we've talked about on the show, there was no denying that they rushed it to get it to strike while the iron was hot, while PUBG was so incredibly popular.
Yeah.
But I really think it was smart. And then you get your hands on something that, maybe you look at PUBG and you go, that looks cool. I only have the $30 right now. Like, I don't have the $30. I can't just play Fortnite. And I think a lot of people that, we call ourselves digital hoarders. We're lucky enough to be able to have a backlog. But a lot of people, one game every couple months, maybe, if that. Yeah. Not all of us spend $67K, Doc. If anybody saw that tweet, Doc, woof, enjoy that couch. But it was so I think that speaks volumes. Like if you have an Xbox One when PUBG comes, if you have an Xbox One X, you'll have enough to buy PUBG because it was $500. But maybe you burnt your last money and now you're completely out of money. I think Fortnite wins in that department because ease of accessibility. Like, it's just there. Anybody can play it.
It's hard to say that it's a smart economic move. Who knows? I hope they're making money on the back end and they're getting people to pay for it so that they can play the regular mode,
which I still haven't touched.
I played a little bit of it. It's cool, but
that's what I've heard.
It's doing too much.
Okay.
It's doing too much, and it needs to either do less at once to kind of ramp you up into it. Okay. Or it needs to have a better tutorial. Okay. It's fun. I don't know that I think $30 is a good price for it. I think that's too much.
You think it could be a $14.99?
But when you add in the Battle Royale mode for $30, I'm in. And I know you don't have.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about. Wait, what are you talking about? Fortnite. Well, that's the thing with Fortnite. It gets confusing when you do pay for it because there's so many different packs. That's what gets confusing. There's a 30 and a 50 and a $100 and $150 pack.
And I know next year it's supposed to be a full free-to-play game. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work. How are they getting their income? What microtransactions or whatever?
Something's got to be coming. Obviously, there is stuff in it now. Like if you go to the store. I don't know if God if it's the dreaded loot box word.
Loot box.
No.
Spooky Halloween.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see. But the good thing that they've done right now is making it free right now was incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. Because you, me, Chris, these are three guys who were never going to touch Fortnite beforehand.
Yeah, for sure.
And now all three of us can't stop playing and talking about it. That's saying something, you know. So I think it was incredibly smart.
It's so fun, and the changes that they've made to weapon balance, to everything in the game, sound. I mean, they've made a lot of changes, and tomorrow there's supposed to be a really big update that's going to add customization and more weapon balance. I'm excited to see what that means, because that's the only thing that I said PUBG had over it when Fortnite first came out, Battle Royale, was that the weapon balance was just not good in Fortnite. It was hard to get a good shot off. It was hard to know that sniper rifle was going to shoot exactly where you think it is. So it was pretty. You felt pretty safe because you would hear the shots before you ever had to worry about actually being shot. That's not the case anymore. I've played.
I've been picked off very quickly.
I've played a dozen games this week, and a couple times you just. Oh, I'm dead now.
Yep.
And that's what PUBG had that made it more heart pounding. So it's gotten a lot better. They've done a great job. Stealing things. No.
Delago Dental. What is one game that's come out this year, 2017, that is a glaring? I need to play that. And if I did, I could see it creeping up into my.
I think for me, it's Yakuza 0.
Okay. I have it if you want to borrow it.
But it's not about the money. I mean, it's gone on
sale.
Well,
it's always nice to save money, though.
No, for sure. But it's gone on sale for under $20 a couple times now. It's about the time. I don't have the time to sink into it.
That is a time sink. I put a few hours into it, and I'm hilarious. I'm liking what I'm doing, but it's one of those that I'm like, man, if I'll never get to the bottom of this game because there's so much cool, weird shit to do on the sidelines.
And I love what people are saying in the chat. I forgot Persona 5 came out this year. That was huge. Yakuza 0.
Cuphead is one that if I was picking a game that I've heard everybody rave about that I need to play, I was given a code, by an awesome person out there for Cuphead, and I need to play it. It's been one of those things where every time I turn my Xbox on, there's some update, and I just it gets to the update, I'm like, I really don't.
There's no trophies.
I really want to play now, and and then I turned it on to watch a couple movies this week because hey, it is a 4K player. I'll give it that. Look, Doc's not here. I can shit on Xbox, but
the Cuphead is amazing.
That's literally all I've heard. Yeah,
like it would be in my top 5 probably most years, and this year it's like 10th.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7, I completely forgot about.
It's so hard because it came out in January, which then again, Horizon came out in February, but that speaks to just how damn good Horizon is.
Yeah,
that it doesn't. Plus, with Frozen Wilds coming out in a few weeks, it's going to replan itself in everybody's mind now. Because God. I cannot wait. Resident Evil 7 was fantastic. I do echo a lot of the people that say like the first 2/3 was better than the final third, but I still liked it. I still liked the end, and overall, I loved the game. Absolutely loved the game.
I need to beat it. I only got about an hour in.
Oh, really? Yeah, you got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
There's no in the mansion, in the Baker mansion, at the first 2/3. Whew, some creepy shit, man. It's a creepy get under your skin game. But there's just been so many great experiences. Like if you look at VR games, look at these great VR games that have come out this year. And the one that I've had the most fun with is the least serious one is Job Simulator.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that was
that last year? I don't know. Yeah. I played it this year.
It came out at launch.
I played.
So,
did it?
Yeah.
It was a little after. Anywho, I played it this year, so I guess it's fresh to me. Yeah. If I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
That's what's funny about being a digital hoarder.
Yeah, it's all new to you.
Like Wolfenstein 2, Wolfenstein 1 is one of my favorite games that came out this year to me because I just played it.
Yeah. You guys heard of Sonic? It's this new Sega Genesis game. I just got around to it.
Does he have to go
really fast? Yes. Very. It's actually, we were just talking about this during our incredibly long absence trying to get everything working. They apparently put out today the new Sonic game, which I don't have high hopes for the Sonic Forces. A lot of their 3D ones they just don't land.
Yeah.
They can be fun, but they really don't land. Apparently, the Switch demo is out. You can demo 3 levels, so that's cool. That's a nice demo.
Cool.
But for 1 minute each, and then the demo ends. So
gotta go fast.
Gotta go incredibly fast.
Gotta go really, really, really fast.
Yes. Reading the chat. Outlast 2 is one I need to play. Same thing. I need to beat Outlast and Whistleblower. I'm 3/4 of the way done Outlast, but I just never went back to it. I tried to play that game with my wife, Mary, but she was so petrified. We'd play in fucking 4-minute increments. So it really wasn't, we weren't progressing. And I am somebody that likes to try to play as many games with her as possible. I like her to experience them, or she wants to play them. But that's one I'm just going to have to realize that she's never going to sit down and I might as well just play it.
Yeah.
But I really want to play Outlast 2. But like I said, I'm going to have to beat the first one and the Whistleblower DLC before I even touch that.
Well, and that's kind of where I'm at with Resident Evil 7 as I was playing through it with my girlfriend Tanya, and we just didn't have the time to put into it at the moment. And now it's like, do I need to
give that little
do I need
nudge?
to ask her if it's okay?
Is it okay if I see other games?
But and oh my God, the year is so crazy. Dan pointed out in the chat, I completely forgot about Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Which I feel like I should lose my pony card. I haven't beat yet. It's another one that I want to play with Mary, my wife Mary. So it's finding that time to sit down. Now I think we're going to be able to because she's off work now. So maybe we can find said time because I fucking love it.
It's like she's hostage.
She is.
Like she can't go anywhere. Nope. So now I can just play whatever I want.
I got her cuffed in the bedroom.
Hey, Mary,
hey.
Wait,
whoops.
What?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to leave, Alden. That didn't sound good at all. Love you, babe. So I need to play. And I'm a terrible Dishonored fan because I've said a million times that Dishonored is, while that's only 2 games in, is one of my favorite series. Can you call it series after 2? I guess. Yeah. I need to play Death of the Outsider. I need to. Everything else keeps, when I get that time to play, like a lot of times what happens with me is, once everybody goes to bed, I play, but then it's midnight and I'm like, all right, I got to be up in like 6 hours. So I play 1 game of Madden. I do that every night because I know exactly how long that's going to last.
Yeah.
I'll be done this in 45 minutes and then I'll go to bed. And I know that. And I don't like to jump into something with a story because I don't like turning it off. Like I'll be like, I can't turn it off here. I can't turn it off here. And then next thing you know, it's 4:00 in the morning. Yeah. And so Madden is my comfort food, I guess.
Yeah. Cuphead was one. I have it on the PC. So I can only play it on the PC in my room. So I tried to play that at night, and that was one where it was just like, I can't do this at night anymore because I just want to keep going. Like it's just one of those games where it was almost like if I had just made that one jump, I can
do this
one more time.
Yep.
So I'm going to bed at 2:00 in the morning. So I just had to. I don't know when I'll get back to it. I need to.
Yep.
I need to get an Xbox One, I guess, at some point so I can play it in the living room and not stay awake.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dishonored Death of the Outsider is one that I'd need to get to too. But I kind of felt like, and I don't want you to jump at me because I'm saying this, I love Dishonored 1 and I love Dishonored 2, but by the end of Dishonored 2, I was kind of like, all right, I'm good for a bit. Like
not me.
The mechanic here is I'm cool. But remember,
I like them spinning off on a side story though. We're not following Corvo or Emily anymore.
But keep in mind, I played through the whole game without killing a single person.
Yeah, more power to you.
That made it a lot more tedious than it needed to be.
This is true. That's a very, very good point.
But don't make that trophy. Don't make that trophy so I don't have to get it.
That's never gonna fucking happen. But
so I'll get to Death of the Outsider at some point. But it'll be like the Dishonored 1 DLC. I played through that whole game trying to keep it on low chaos and not kill a lot of people. I only killed a few people. But but the DLC, I was just like, I'm playing as Dowd or whatever. I'm just gonna murder everything.
Yeah.
Because it's more fun and easy.
Yeah. It is. That's how I played it. People keep talking in the chat about Prey. Prey is another one I put a few hours into knowing that I would like it because of the very arcane working on it and the very obvious Dishonored vibe to it.
Yeah.
Liked what I played. It was another one. I think it just came out at a bad time for me, and I call it 3 hours in. It's one of those that sits there every time I turn my PS4 and I look at it and I go, I really need to get back into that. but it's from what I gather, got some decent length to it. So like, it's gonna be. I gotta put aside some real time to get to it, and I need to, but
yeah, I want to try it. I don't want to spend too much money to try it. I just kind of want to play it and enjoy it, I guess. I know that there are speedruns, though, of people who beat it in like 14 minutes.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. Wow.
Run, and then you go use that to do a special jump or two.
It's like Mario where you just like jump over the end, run to the end, jump down. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so, maybe it's
just play it like that.
Yeah, just...
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This took 12 minutes. What a piece of cake. But
that's, like you said, that came out at a bad time.
Yeah.
Every game that came out this year came out at a bad time.
Except for Resident Evil 7. And Far Cry. That's next year. Horizon.
You say Horizon, you're so wrong.
Huh?
Zelda came out the week
Well,
after.
I don't give a fuck about Zelda.
I know you don't.
So it did.
I do.
I don't.
But I want to play it on the Switch, and I don't want to get a Switch.
I don't want to buy a Switch at all. I kept telling myself, when Odyssey came out, which is in 2 days, that's when I'm buying a Switch. I'm not buying a Switch.
Yeah.
Because what will I play on it? I would play Odyssey. I would probably buy Zelda just because like I don't want to play ARMS. I think that looks boring. I have Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC on my Wii U. I guess I could get Splatoon 2, but it just kind of looks like Splatoon 1.
Well,
I mean, I don't know enough, so I'm not talking shit. But other than that, I'm out. Everything else is coming elsewhere. Like, it was cool that they got the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, but now that's on PS4. So if I want to play that again, I'll play it on PS4. That Snipper Clips I've heard is great, but that's not. I'm not dropping $400 to play Snipper Clips, or $300.
I'm starting to get to the point where I do like the idea of having a Switch. It originally, up until recently, I thought of it just as the Zelda machine, and because I do want to play Zelda, I'm a huge Zelda fan.
Yes, you are.
I adore all of the Zelda games, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to play it on Wii U, knowing that there is a really great version of it on the Switch that I can carry around with me.
Yeah.
But the Switch is getting to the point where it's got so many great indie games on it.
Yeah.
That I want to have it just so I can carry around Stardew Valley and
you do love Stardew Valley.
I love Stardew Valley.
Why is it not on Vita?
That's
the fucking perfect game.
They're working on it.
That's what I've heard, but yeah.
Last they updated was a couple weeks ago, and he said things are looking up, but we don't know yet.
Oh, which is super. Just hang in there, guys.
And he added, "We're still working on bugs with the Switch, so we'll get to the Vita port after we finish with the Switch."
Gotcha.
So I don't think it's going to happen. It would be so great. I want to carry around Stardew Valley with me all the time. I want to carry around Binding of Isaac. I want to carry around V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Vs. I mean, I have that on the Vita too, though, but I love it. I'll play through it again.
Yeah.
So they're not high-powered, amazing experiences, but they're small indie games that I love. Cave Story.
And I've heard great things about Golf Story.
Golf Story.
I've heard great things about that, and
I want to play
apparently that is coming to other. I heard that's not a Switch exclusive. So,
okay.
And that's the thing, and I sound kind of, I guess, like a dick, but if I know it's coming to another platform, coming to PS4, I'll wait because I want my trophies. The PS4 is my platform of choice.
Really?
I know, right? It's shocking, but it's just if it's a multi-platform thing, even if I have to wait 6 months to get it, I'm still gonna wait. Like, I'm a big Dead Rising fan, and I really wanted to play Dead Rising 4, even though I heard it was terrible. Knowing that it was coming in a year to PS4, I'll wait, and it is coming with all the DLC. So, knowing that PUBG will come to PS4, I'll wait. And that's just, but. You get me. This goes back to our exclusives talk, but there's exclusive games.
Yeah,
that's what I'll play on anything that's not PS4, obviously. So for the Switch, there just has to be another 1 or 2 games to get their hooks in me. Like give me a follow up to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I love that game. Give me another Donkey Kong game, and all right, now we're really moving. And give me a new Metroid. Give me a new Castle. Do something. Now we're talking.
Metroid coming, but
I mean,
But that's. Like, I think the selling point for the Switch to me, and again, like, I don't have one, so selling point is overstating it a little bit, but because it hasn't sold me.
Yeah,
But
clearly.
it's that you can play those games and then take them around with you everywhere.
Yeah.
I like that. I want a PS4 to come out or a PS5 to come out with a handheld console that I can carry around my Horizon Zero Dawn. Are you kidding me? I'd never be the same
This is
again.
true. This is true.
But I think that's all it's got going for it.
Yeah.
I don't care about Mario Odyssey. If it comes out and it's better than I expect it to be, then good. And I'm
sure it's early buzz it's
people
surprised.
love it.
It's fantastic.
People love all the 3D Mario games, and it's just they've never really clicked. For
we
me.
got on this tangent on hashtag DadPod.
On our other podcast that we. It's not a video game podcast. We ended up talking about Mario for 20 minutes. And
it was a good talk. But I'm with him. And watch this. Ready? Come get us, chat. I don't like the Galaxy games. I didn't like them at all. Like, I remember hearing, oh my God, these games are amazing, blah, blah, blah.
Game of the year on IGN.
Yeah, time to turn on that Wii. Let's do it. All right.
I think it beat out Uncharted 3 maybe.
Something.
Or maybe Last of Us. There's no way.
Yeah. So wasn't Last of Us. So I get it, and I put it in, and I'm like, all right, there's a lot of story. Okay, all right, can I? No, I'm still not playing. Okay, is this Metal Gear or is this Mario? Oh, we're playing. What the fuck do I do? Like, he's running on the globe, and I'm like, all right, where do I go? And then I finally get in, and I'm like, oh, okay. Still don't know what's going on. Did not care for those games. Like, my favorite Mario to this day is 3. Super Mario Brothers 3.
3 and World are where it's at.
3 is my jam, though. I like 2 because it was so weird. It's just a weird game. I just love that song.
One more time, how does it go?
You heard it. But it was 3 is my favorite.
I just want to point out TJ just joined the chat and said, what did I miss? I don't know if you guys saw the tweet that we tweeted out yesterday, and we said somebody's going to die. Well, if you notice, Doc's not here.
It was Doc. So the show started with 4. We're down to 2.
Yeah.
Who goes next? You decide, Twitter. Is it Bacon or Jaguar?
Bacon or Jaguar, Battle Royale.
But yeah, it's... I don't know, got lost now. TJ, so you missed the death of Doc.
Live on camera.
Live on camera, and it's probably not... We're not going to be able to replay that. So that was a one-time thing for you 4. We were incredibly late getting on, so you weren't the only one late, TJ. No, Doc lost power. So we're running the show. We were going to talk about mid-gen console upgrades. We are pushing that back to next week because we can't have that talk without the Xbot himself, Doc Cuphead.
Now we're just rapping about games.
Just rambling on, which
favorite games of the year.
Yeah, which we'll probably wrap this up here soon too.
Yeah.
But one thing that I guess we should get on is you get the right on the spot task of coming up with a poll.
Yeah, I just lost Doc. That literally hit me right before you started talking.
So
Doc was supposed to have the poll. What am I going to do?
All so right, think of 3 movies.
No, I'm doing games.
No, there's too many games right now. You just got done saying I have too many new games coming. I don't have time to play anything else. You can't have us.
They're so boring.
No, they're not. All right, so last week we put up 3 horror titles, and you guys chose the movie I can't think of the name of right now. Oh my god. Somebody help me. Oh my god. It was a great fucking movie too. It was a great movie. The movie you picked, I thoroughly enjoyed. I Saw the Devil. There it is. You guys picked I Saw the Devil. It was a Korean horror action movie. So it's I've never actually I know there's other movies like this. I'm just drawing a blank on one. It's a revenge film. This guy goes after somebody for hurting somebody he loves, but the difference is in most revenge movies, you work up to that, right? He kills all of his friends and everything, and then he gets to the guy and he kills him. Boom, movie ends, right? And I Saw the Devil. He just fucks with the guy, so he gets to him and he beats the shit out of him, and then he lets him go. He gives him money and lets him go. And then he proceeds to just continually to fuck with this guy. Mm-hmm. And I love it. I've never seen a movie like that. And what it makes you think is like, who's the real bad guy here? Like, he should just end this. But he won't, man. He just keeps pushing this. So it was really, really good movie. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then last night, my wife Mary and I watched War for the Planet of the Apes, which, good God, beautiful movie. Have you seen the other two?
No,
okay, that has to happen. You try. The thing about those movies is I feel like they're all critically received very well. They do well. I feel like they do well in the box office, but they still seem underrated in a way. The first one has James Franco in it. It's a really great movie. The second one is a great movie. The third one tugs at your heartstrings. It does things that you just shouldn't. You watch this movie and you realize that I'm a human being, but I don't give a shit about the human beings in this movie. I care about the apes. And Andy Serkis's performance, and I'm telling you that I can't recommend those three movies to enough people. I think you should at least give it a shot. They are brilliant movies. But we got to watch that one last night, and it was fantastic.
Okay.
So watch it.
Wait a second.
Let's put that on your. You don't even have a poll. Watch all 3 ape movies by next week and go.
Wait, so that wasn't the movie that you watched? You just started talking about Planet of the Apes for a while.
I already said. Fucking stop spacing out, Doc.
Dude, you made me pick movies, and I'm at a loss.
Okay, well, don't come in here then. So what it was I said I watched.
No, I know.
I saw The Devil, and then last night we watched.
I just didn't think you finished your thought
on
the first movie.
Thoroughly enjoyed both of them.
Okay.
So now Alden's going to give you 3 movies.
I don't know how I'm going to do that.
All right, so I'll give Alden 3 movies. I'll pick 3 movies for Alden to watch.
Hey, chat. Throw some movies out that I should watch.
All right, tell you what.
said Krampus and Trick or Treat. I've seen them both.
You saw Trick or Treat?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was Doc that didn't see Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
So if we're sticking horror, all right, we'll stick horror. Oh, what can we make him watch? You talk, so this isn't all dead air.
Okay, so Brandon's gonna. Well, hold on. I texted my girlfriend Tanya and said, "What movies should I pick?" And she said, "Give me 2 minutes. Keep Brandon talking."
Oh,
la 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 la. My entire life
to keep me talking.
But here he is, not talking. Let's see. Spider-Man for the time being. Is it Dan saying Spider-Man for the time being? I've also seen Spider-Man. We're talking about what games are you looking forward to next year? That's what they're talking about in the chat.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I figure out.
Number 1 anticipated game for next year is Far Cry 5. Okay. I adore the Far Cry series. God of War, if that comes out. So a lot of these like hypotheticals, which we hope to see next year with God of War, with Detroit, all of those games look fantastic. Far Cry 5, though, that's my go-to. I love the Far Cry series. I can't wait for Red Dead 2, obviously. Those are my go-tos, but Far Cry being so early in the year, that's huge for me.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a Spider-Man next year.
That would be nice.
It was announced as next year, but who knows when?
Exactly.
If it'll get pushed back, and that's fine if it does. I'd rather a game not give us a solid release date and then push back than say we're going to be out on November 1st and then a week before say, yeah, just kidding.
Just kidding. We need 11 months to work on this.
I'd rather a very I like that people seem to be taking notice and not announcing the exact release date.
Yeah, I agree.
Just set you up for disappointment. I was very disappointed when South Park moved a couple times because I was waiting for that date and then it gets moved. If they had just said it'll be out in 2017, cool.
Yeah. Let's go with before I'm sure that's your girlfriend Tanya. I'm going with the chat here, and if we can veto your girlfriend, hold up, we're vetoing her. I love you, Tanya.
What about Resident Evil: The Final Chapter?
Well, I'm vetoing her. I love you, Tanya. They are telling you to watch The Final Girls.
I don't know what that is.
You will love The Final Girls. It is so up your alley with horror comedy. Thomas Middleditch, who is amazing. Thomas Middleditch is hilarious in this movie. It is incredibly up your alley because it is a horror comedy.
Well, that's what I'm watching.
There you go. The Final Girls. He will be watching.
Won the poll.
Now, when you go into my Vudu account to watch The Final Girls, there's a movie. I'm not kidding. I happen to redeem them at the back-to-back right beside it called The Final Girl with Abigail Breslin. That is not the movie you want. You want The Final Girls.
I want multiple
plural.
Girls.
It's got like an 80s slasher cover kind of sort of. So, is she okay with that?
She doesn't know.
Okay.
I don't think she's listening.
She hates us. So there you go. So they have chose for you. And knowing the kind of movies you like, this is more up your alley. It's more Tucker and Dale kind of humor. This is right up your alley. So good call. Everybody was saying that. Alex said it, but I forget who recommended it. I didn't see who recommended it at first. So yeah, definitely need to watch.
All right, that's what I'm watching then. And my girlfriend Tanya just sent me 3 movies to mention, and now I'm not even gonna.
Well, go ahead and mention them. Let's see what they were. Give her a shout out.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I do want to watch.
That's right. You haven't watched it, but we got to keep the horror thing going. But man, you do need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is the last horror week.
Yep.
Resident Evil: The Final Chapter and Passengers, all 3 movies that I want to see. I don't know that I care that much about Resident Evil, but
Final Girls, just one though.
Final Girls, watching it.
It's actually an absolute perfect pick by them because look, they pay attention. We love you.
You guys know me better than I know myself.
Yeah. So, TJ, we just said Doc wasn't here. We murdered him. My goodness, TJ.
We didn't murder him.
He was murdered.
Somebody asked in the chat who did it, and I like this narrative that we've set up. Who could it have been?
Who gets arrested?
What clues have you picked up throughout the show?
That's right. That'll be the quiz for this week. Is
how did that backdrop get behind us? What body could be underneath it?
Why does it look like shit? But more great movie suggestions being popped up. Rato recommended Final Girls. Good call, buddy. He also said Hush, which is a fantastic movie. Hush is a really good movie. Hush is a movie where it's a home invasion movie.
Yeah.
But the girl is deaf.
Oh, I remember.
So it's really good. It really gets under your skin because you know what's going on the whole time, and she's completely oblivious. And when you think about it, when she tries to escape or make a move or something, she has absolutely no idea how loud that movement is to the killer. So it is a really good movie. I know that one's on Netflix too, but Final Girls won, so you'll enjoy that. Okay. Yeah, this was a fun episode to do minus Doc. Next week it'll just be one of us because one of us will murder the other one.
Yeah, we're gonna be down to one.
And then the week after that, it's just my cat sitting here.
Yeah,
because she's the true killer. She's been picking us all off one by one.
Those cats, you never know, man.
But yeah. So, anything to add, buddy?
No, I think thank you all for joining us. I hope that you guys stuck with us through these trying times, one of the first world problems. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with us and chatting with us. Helping us give a little bit of content to this 2-man show.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't tune out because you hate us.
And you only love Doc, which we get it. We all love Doc.
Yeah,
he's
sure.
the best. Yeah. But I'll go ahead, sir.
No, you're good. Whatever you have to say is very important.
Obviously.
So yeah, we just appreciate you guys being here. TJ, Dan, Arado, Alex. You guys were pretty heavy in the chat, and I thank you guys for hanging out with us despite the hour delay.
Yes.
Liam, there were a few people here.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to do something a little different this week because we had these issues. I'm going to message Arado and Dan and TJ and Liam. I'm going to let you know what games we have, and I'm giving you guys these games because these are our fans. You stuck through this incredibly long pause and an hour late, almost an hour. We were an hour late.
We're an hour late.
So that's what I like to see. So reach out to us after the show. We've been given these codes by the amazing Alex.
Yep.
So Alex, thank you once again. So you guys hit us up. We'll let you know what we got. We have 2 Xbox One X games and a PS4 game. So we can all duke it out and see who gets what.
Yep.
So yeah, I want to help you guys out for looking after us. So hit us up afterwards, and we will take care of you guys.
And to everybody listening or watching this later, follow us at Digital Hoarders. Change the E to a 3 on Twitter, and you will find out when we are delayed an hour. You will find out what we plan on talking about, and are going to have to change onto something else because the Doc's power went out.
Yep.
But you'll be able to engage in the show in a different way and win games because we give away games all the time.
Because of Alex.
So follow us at Digital Hoarders. Change the E to a 3.
Follow Alden. Follow me. Follow Doc.
Yep.
Follow Alex. Follow all these great guys in there. Follow TJ. Follow Dan. Follow Liam. Follow Arato. It's like our own little family here, and we all take care of each other. So everybody take care of everybody. I'm sure you all follow each other already.
We're all going to do Thanksgiving together.
That's right. So I hope you all can get to Manassas, Virginia, because we live here, and this wins. Yeah. So
that won the poll.
Come to Manassas, Virginia for Thanksgiving dinner. But yeah, so thank you guys for sticking through all this hiccups and all this fun shit that we do. You guys are the best. We love you guys.
If you want to, check out our other show, #DadPod. Episode 3 should be going up soon. And
Yes.
we just made it a weekly show, and we're really proud of it. We really enjoy it. So check it out, too. Thank you for joining us tonight. This has been Digital Hoarders, episode 11.
Double digits.
It's kind of like a Telltale game with only 2 options.
It's not a very exciting Telltale game.
No, we've kind of run out. That
That bit died.
bit died.
That bit died.
See you guys.
Later.